Michael, it's a point. What's the verdict on the 0-0 draw with Accrington Stanley?
Look, I think it's, plain to see anyone who's here at the game today. How we've not won the game 3 or 4-0. I'll struggle to sort of realise and find out even watching the game back. To be honest with you, I thought we locked the door quite well at times when we had to, in terms of the direct play, that obviously the threat that they've got. But I thought some of our play at times was really good, really positive. And obviously when you've had 18 shots at goal and the amount of good opportunities that we've had in the game, there's a hint of disappointment that you haven't won the game. But at the same time, a little bit of positivity, the fact that you've created so many chances in the game and never really looked like losing it.
Yeah, there were quite a few what if moments there for your team today.
Yeah, obviously they've cleared the ball off the line 2 or 3 times, and the keepers had to make a couple of saves. There's been occasions where not just half a chance, really, really good chances, and we missed the target, which was the disappointing thing. Look, we defend together, we attack together, we win together, we lose together, we draw together, and we'll all take responsibility. But as a unit, we have to be miles better in front of goal, because to play as well as we did today and play on the front foot and play in the opposition's half, we can't put pressure on ourselves in terms of one error, one little bit moment where we switch off and we could lose the game. So we still haven't ticked that box yet in terms of scoring the first goal, which is something that we'll be looking to do going forward, obviously. But in terms of where we were at probably this time last week, half-time last week, since half-time last week, where we've come is a long way as a group. I thought we played ever so great in that second half last week, got hit with a sucker punch probably because of the circumstances where we are. Had a really good meeting on Monday morning, took that into the game on Tuesday with a good performance, and we backed it up again today with a clean sheet and a good performance. So we just need to keep trending in the right direction, and hopefully, I don't know if it's lady luck or whatever luck it is, hopefully that eventually the harder we keep working, the luckier we become.
Ismail Kabir straight into the starting 11, having arrived from Arsenal yesterday. Happy with how he fitted in?
Yeah, I am, because obviously he got mauled a lot in the game. There was a lot of fouls against him, and the officials weren't really wanting to give too much stuff against him. But I thought he did ever so well. I think he'll just get better and better. He'll get used to what Football League is all about. He's only ever experienced under 21s football and under 18s football, and it's a great education for him today to see what it's about. And like I say, there'll be games where he gets a little bit more freedom, a little bit more space to work in, and I think everyone over time will see how much blistering pace he's got.
And what about the performance of Isaac England? Big day for him, his first league start, 17 years of age, and what about his efforts in the middle of the park?
Listen, he was very, very good in the game. There's no doubt about that. I just said that to him there. I said, well done. First start, first of many. Just got to keep taking his opportunities. I said before, he has a calmness in his game, which I like. He's got a wonderful way to pass. Clearly, we know the deficiencies he has as a player, and we'll continue to work and help him in those, from a mobility point of view and a defensive-minded point of view. But I think him and TP were excellent in terms of they turned balls that were going into their strikers on a 1v1 situation. They turned them into 2v1 where they defended from the front, but also at the same time dealt with their players. So, yeah, I thought Isaac was very, very good today, as was TP in the middle of the park. And for us to have like a little bit of, sort of youthfulness to the group, it was good. It was good to watch, and I was quite excited.
And a clean sheet is a positive. You've conceded more goals than I'm sure you would have hoped for in the opening weeks of the season, and to get that nail, that clean sheet, that's a positive, I'm sure.
It is, and it goes back to you give yourself a chance of winning a game. Always when that's the situation. I think in a couple of the games that obviously we've conceded early goals, we've allowed the opposition to get a second. I've mentioned that 2 or 3 times already. Obviously midweek we didn't allow that to happen. We got back into the game and then dominated the game after that, and I think we've dominated the game for large periods today as well. And keeping that clean sheet is obviously always a plus for the defenders and the goalkeeper, but I just think as a unit get into good habits, do good things, and hopefully, someone has that composure at the right moment to put the ball in the back of the goal.
Goalkeeper Eli Harrison called up to the England under-20 squad for the game against Italy on Friday. Does this mean you're going to be without him for the Barnet game next weekend?
No, not necessarily. I mean, there's a chance that could happen. We'll weigh up the situation as it develops. Obviously, you will stay in contact with obviously the people at England, and we know them anyway, and we were aware of this situation. Obviously, midweek is an opportunity for Will, which was good for him. First impressions, like I said before the game, have been good. So great opportunity for Eli with the England setup, but now a good opportunity for Will on Tuesday evening.
Not long now until the transfer window does finally close. How's it looking from your point of view in terms of ins and outs at this stage, Michael?
Well, I'm confident, certainly with one. Very confident actually with one in terms of an in. I've got no doubt at some point that something else will happen very close to the window shutting, because that tends to always happen. In terms of the outs, I do think we're very close on two of the lads going out. With a little bit of luck that we haven't had much of lately, possibly another one. So yeah, maybe two coming in, definitely one coming in, but maybe two coming in and maybe three going out.
So there's interest then in some of the players from elsewhere?
Yes.
In some ways, would you be glad to see this window close? Because not just because I keep asking you about it, but it's such a busy time, isn't it, in terms of fielding lots of phone calls, etc.
Yeah, and obviously there's a lot happened in the last sort of couple of weeks, so obviously the responsibility has become a little bit bigger and a little bit how it used to be back in the day, as an old school manager, so to speak. So we do want the window to close, but we only want the window to close if we get the business that we want to do. So yeah, it's a bit of a catch-22 really.
Yeah, you went with 6 subs today, with the likes of Toby Savin not involved, George Nurse, Alex Gilliard, George Lloyd as well. That's just your decision not to involve them. Simple as that.
No. The Lloydie one's injured. That's down. Yeah, George Lloyd's obviously injured with his hamstring, but yeah, I mean the rest of them, what you mentioned there, I just think it's the best for all parties. I think it's the best thing for all parties, and I think the players agree with that. There's no hidden sort of mirrors here. There's been straight conversations, honest conversations. The best thing for the football club, for the squad, for the fans, for the players involved. I genuinely believe it. They'll benefit from it as much as we will benefit from it. So come Monday evening, Tuesday morning, I just want there to be a freshness, to have a little bit of a freshness look about the squad, and no baggage, no anything that sort of happened in the past, not use that as an excuse. We're here and now. This is the group. I know it's been a difficult start to the season, but I do think that, like I say, from a trending point of view, we're moving in the right direction, and everything's sort of a hell of a lot more positive than it was maybe 2 or 3 games ago.
Just finally, what's the extent of George Lloyd's hamstring injuries? Might he be back Tuesday for Barnet?
I think Barnet might be a little bit too soon, but certainly Barnet should be okay. So Tuesday night, probably a little bit of a too quick of a turnaround for him. It's definitely more neural from what we think and what we've seen. So it's not a tendon, he's not tore or pulled his hamstring. But so I think if we settle that down, which the lads have been doing well, come Barnet, hopefully he'll be involved.
As always, thanks for your time, Michael.
Cheers.